Coming to you from the innovative, immersive Hyundai Virtual Next Weather Sphere. This is Next Weather.
Taking a live look over Center City tonight, clear skies ahead. What should be a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Grant, I'm trying to remember, this last week has been one of the best weather stretches we've had all summer, maybe?
I think you're right, Yuki.
Oh, man.
Aside from that smoky haze that reduced
Right.
the air quality earlier on this week, coming out of it, a great stretch of weather going into the weekend, and it looks like that continues into next week. And I think we're in the territory where we could start having the conversation that we might be in the midst of the best stretch of weather that we see all summer. Let me take you back to last week, all right? Thursday, we got some rain, some severe weather across the area. Friday, there was technically a trace of rain. That doesn't count, though, as measurable rainfall. I'll explain why that's important here in just a second. But since then, we have not actually had any rainfall across the area. So you're talking 1, 2, carry the 3. That's 8 straight days without measurable rainfall at the Philadelphia International Airport. And now we're looking at probably one of the longer stretches that we go without rain, at least so far this year. The longest stretch was back between April 13th and April 25th. That's when we had 13 straight days without rainfall. So here we are looking at the forecast going through the weekend. No rain in the forecast. We start to see maybe a chance of rain arriving into Wednesday. If we make it to Wednesday, that would be 13 straight days without measurable rainfall. And you're probably saying, well, what is that chance of rain? It's minimal. Between now and then, we're talking about a 0% chance of rain, but by Wednesday, a 20% chance for maybe an isolated shower. Thursday and into next Friday, we start to get into conversation about probably seeing some rain in the area. But for the time being, enjoy this stretch because at least recently the humidity has been low, skies have been mostly sunny, and that's the way it looks as we go into the weekend. At least going into your evening tonight, we've got mostly clear skies. Temperatures right now, 69 degrees here in Philadelphia. So just dropping into the 60s. Most of the area is in the 60s this evening. Coatesville, good evening to you. You're at 68 degrees right now. Reading, 70, and up into the Lehigh Valley and farther north up into the Poconos. Temperatures in the 60s, if not the 50s. So on our way into a great night ahead and on our way into a great weekend ahead as well. Those temperatures tomorrow morning start off in the mid and upper 50s up towards Allentown. Reading will be at 61 degrees here in the city and down the shore. A nice, cool, refreshing start to your weekend. Winds coming in out of the east, giving us a nice breeze off of the water, a nice fresh breeze for the start of your weekend. Skies are mostly clear right now. The last 3 hours showing you just a few passing high clouds. There's a low pressure system off the Carolina coast. That low pressure system is actually working with that high pressure system, which is dominating our weather, to give us that easterly breeze that maybe you noticed today. It was nice. It's nice to have a breeze without the humidity. It just feels a lot fresher, doesn't it? Temperatures as we go into the overnight will continue to cool from the 60s eventually. Like I mentioned, some of you dipping into the 50s to start off early tomorrow morning, but most of the region probably seeing those low temperatures in the lower 60s. And then under mostly sunny skies, temperatures warm without much humidity tomorrow, back into the low to middle 80s tomorrow afternoon. We'll be in the 70s down the shore, but whether you're down the shore, here in the city, or up in the Poconos, fantastic looking weather. And again, that looks to continue through the first half of next week. Temperatures will be warming though. We're back up to near 88, 89, 90 degrees Sunday into Monday. Our normal high temperature is 87. So we're back above normal certainly by the middle of next week with 92 on Tuesday, 93 degrees on Wednesday. And like we said at the top here, small chance for an isolated shower back in the forecast, maybe Wednesday, but it's looking more likely that we'll see at least a couple of scattered showers as we go into Thursday and Friday, with those temperatures staying right there in the lower 90s through the second half of next week. You're watching CBS News Philadelphia. We're coming right back.